hello everyone. So standard 12. Last class I have completed the full oxygen. I have seen preparation, properties and uses of oxygen. So today I'll go with the anomalous behavior of oxygen, and then I will we will do the oxides of oxygen. Okay. So today two topic, you can make a note. First topic we will do the anomalous behavior of oxygen, and then we will go with the oxides. Okay, different type of an oxide formed by oxygen. This topic is also important, and that topic is also important. Clear? See, anomalous behavior of oxygen means what? Anomalous word also you know. Now you are in a standard 12, so you would be knowing anomalous means something different than other element in its own group. So something different, yes or no? So first is oxygen is gas, yes or no? O2, diatomic oxygen is a gas, whereas other all are solids. So see, oxygen is a gas. You take sulfur, selenium, tellurium, these all are solids. So first point itself it says that oxygen is a gas while other are solid at room temperature. Yes or no? This last point is very important at room temperature, because you know oxygen can be liquefied. Yeah, low temperature, high pressure. So what the first point means to tell that if you see at a room temperature in a group number 16, so we have an element like oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium is a radioactive, so not considering now. So at room temperature if you see, oxygen is a gas whereas other all are solids at room temperature. So first point, oxygen is a gas whereas others are solid at room temperature. Then oxygen exists as a diatomic, means oxygen will be existing in O2 form, whereas other elements are not in O2 form, they are in a polyatomic form. They can exist in a O2 form also, but they are also in polyatomic, S2, S6, S8. You know S6 will be having S4, S8, S6 crown shape, chair shape of sulfur. It will come in future classes. So second point says what? That oxygen exists in a diatomic molecule, means O will form only O2. It combines to form an ozone, but ozone is not a form of an oxygen. Ozone is an allotrope of an oxygen. Yes or no? So oxygen is a diatomic molecule, whereas other they can form polyatomic molecule. Clear? Next, oxygen is a pure non-metal, and as you know, moving downside the group, metallic property increases. So due to this reason, oxygen is a purely non-metal, whereas other elements are metalloids, or the metallic property goes on increasing. Clear this point? Next, oxygen does not have a d orbital. When it does not have a d orbital, expansion is not possible. See, oxygen atomic number is 8. 8 means what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. And we don't have any kind of a 2d orbital. We don't have 2d orbital. When we don't have any kind of a 2d orbital, means I can say that d orbital is absent in oxygen, whereas d orbital is present in other element. Yes or no? If you take sulfur, sulfur means what? 14. Yes or no? 16. 16 means 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p. So 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 14, 14, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 2, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 2p4. Yes or no? 3s2, 3p4. Yes or no? So oxygen is C, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. We don't have any kind of a 2d. But sulfur is 16. So 16 you see 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4, and we have a 3d 0 empty orbital. So when we have a 3d, means d orbital is present, empty d orbital is present with sulfur. When any element is having an empty d orbital, means expansion is possible. When expansion is possible, so different kind of oxidation number will come. In oxygen there is no absence of d orbital, there is no d orbital. Yes or no? So in oxygen there is an absence of d orbital. When there is an absence of d orbital, so there is no expansion. When there is no expansion, so its oxidation number is only from -2 to +2. Its oxidation number is -2 to +2. See, -2 in oxide, yes or no? -1, or I will write down below. This point is understanding, no? See, oxygen does not have any kind of a d orbital, due to which expansion is not possible. So its oxidation plays from -2 to +2. Whereas other elements like sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, they have a d orbital. When they have an empty d orbital, means the expansion is possible. When expansion is possible, we can go beyond the oxidation number +6. Yes or no? +6 we can go. So now see here, what are the different type of an oxidation number of an oxygen? We will see. See, either -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. -2 is in oxide, -1 is in a peroxide. Yes or no? O2 means in O2, that elemental state. Plus 1 means O2F2. There is a one compound O2F2. So see here, O2F2. So 2O plus 2F equal to 0. Now 2O. See, fluorine is more negative than oxygen, so it will attract 1 electron. So 2 minus 1 equal to 0. So 2O minus 2 equal to 0. So O will be equal to plus 1. Similarly, in plus 2 OF2. So 2 minus 1, it will go that side. So plus 2. Clear this part? Okay. So as oxygen does not have any kind of a d orbital, so there will be no expansion. When there is no expansion, means the oxidation number is from minus 2 to plus 2. Minus 2 in its oxide, minus 1 in its peroxide, 0 in elemental state, plus 1 in O2F2 and plus 2 in OF2, because fluorine is more negative element than oxygen. So fluorine will attract the electron of oxygen. Clear? Whereas other elements, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, this all element possess d orbital. When they possess d orbital, expansion is possible. When expansion is possible, so different type of oxidation number up to plus 6 it is shown. Clear? Next, oxygen have a small size and high electronegative. Due to this reason, it forms H bonding with other, like 4H, last class also too. I told you. So as oxygen have a small in size and high electronegative in nature, so it is capable to form H bonding. That's why the water is a compound of an oxygen. So in water there is an oxygen. So oxygen will do the hydrogen bonding with other water molecule and forms a cluster. Whereas H2S, H2AC, H2TE, they do not form hydrogen bonding. When they do not form the hydrogen bonding, so they cannot form a cluster. That's why the boiling point of water is more than that of a H2S, H2AC, H2TE. Clear this part? Because in water, H2O, there is an oxygen, and oxygen is capable of doing the hydrogen bonding, because oxygen is there, and oxygen is capable, only oxygen is the element which is capable of doing what? Hydrogen bonding, due to small in size and high electronegative in nature. Whereas other elements like sulfur, selenium, tellurium are not capable of doing the hydrogen bonding. Due to this reason, an oxygen compound known as an H2O. So this H2O will form a hydrogen bonding with number of H2O and forms a cluster. Whereas H2S cannot form number of hydrogen bonding with other H2S. Similarly, H2SA, H2TE. Due to this reason, H2O is having a high boiling point than the H2S, H2AC, H2TE. Clear? So because of small in size, high electronegative nature forms hydrogen bonding, whereas other element cannot form hydrogen bonding. Due to this reason, water is having a high boiling point than the other hydride of the element of a group number 16. Clear this part? So this is the anomalous behavior of oxygen. You can write down and study. We will go to the next topic, that is oxides of oxygen. So next we are going to see simple oxides. Okay. So see here, oxygen element will combine with metal or with non-metal or with metalloids. It combines with number of elements and form a one binary compounds. Means a compound which contains only two elements, and that type of a binary compounds are called as oxides. This first point, it's very important and you to understand that oxygen will combine with number of elements, whether they are metal or they are non-metal or metalloids. Okay, and it forms a one kind of a binary compounds, and that binary compound we say as a oxides. Clear? Next, like example, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, zinc oxide, phosphorus pentoxide, vanadium pentoxide, sulfur trioxide, sulfur dioxide, sodium oxide, copper oxide, zinc oxide, potassium oxide, lithium oxide. Yes or no? So you are listening number of oxides. So you see this oxygen. This oxygen will combine with metal also, like sodium, potassium, zinc, copper, iron, Fe2O3, and combine with non-metal, with metalloids. So it forms number of a compounds, and that compounds are a binary compounds, and that binary compounds of an oxygen we say as a oxides. Totally we have four kind of oxides. Totally we have four kind of oxide. One is acidic oxide, basic oxide, amphoteric oxide, and neutral oxides. So totally we have a four kind of oxides. One is acidic oxide, basic oxide, amphoteric oxide, and neutral oxide. Clear this part? So first point clear, that oxygen will combine with number of elements and forms a binary compound, and that binary compound itself is as a oxides. Example, we can say carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur trioxide, phosphorus pentoxide, vanadium pentoxide, copper oxide, chlorine oxide, chlorous oxide. Then we can say lithium oxide, sodium oxide, potassium oxide, magnesium oxide, zinc oxide, number are there. Okay, and the oxides are of totally 4 kinds. First is oxalic oxide, basic oxide, neutral oxide and ferric oxide. So first we will see the acidic oxide. Clear? See, who can form the acidic oxide? So very simple, non-metal when combined with oxygen, in lower classes also you studied, non-metal when combined with oxygen forms non-metallic oxide. Non-metallic oxide. Please see here. So whenever non-metal combines with oxygen and forms non-metallic oxide, when this non-metallic oxide, it's dissolved in water, when this non-metallic oxide, it's dissolved in water, forms an acid. It forms an acid. That's why we say the non-metallic oxides are acidic oxides. Are you understanding or not? So whenever non-metal is reacted with oxygen, it forms non-metallic oxides. When these non-metallic oxides are dissolved in water, they generate acids. So due to the dissolving of non-metallic oxide in water and generation of acids, so we say as a non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. We will see the first example. Suppose if I have a sulfur and I react with oxygen and it forms sulfur dioxide or sulfur trioxide. Suppose it's also an oxide. When this sulfur trioxide is dissolved in water, it forms sulfurous acid, H2SO3. So sulfur trioxide is a non-metallic oxide. This non-metallic oxide dissolves in water and generates acids. So due to this reason we say that non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. We can see example like sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. See, nitrogen dioxide will generate nitric acid. Then we can say phosphorus pentoxide. Then we can say carbon dioxide. These all oxides are non-metallic oxide. This is very simple example. Carbon dioxide, you know, you are drinking soda. Yes or no? So soda water is nothing but a what? Acid. See, we are taking carbon dioxide and we are putting in water. It will generate an acid, H2CO3, which is a carbonic acid or soda water. Whenever you are going to drink Nimbu soda, so they will, what they will do? They will take one glass bottle. In that glass bottle they will put water and they will enter in that machine and they will switch on some button. Some voice will come. That voice is nothing but what you are entering. You are entering carbon dioxide in that. That carbon dioxide dissolves in water. As you know, carbon dioxide is a non-metallic oxide. So non-metallic oxide will form a what? Acid. So it will form carbonic acid, we say as a soda water. Clear this part? So who are the acidic oxides? So non-metallic oxide are dissolved in water, generate acid, hence non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature. These are the example. You write down the notes. Please along with me write down the notes. Write down oxides which reacts with water, and generate acids. Oxide which reacts with water and generate acids are known as acidic oxide. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature because they forms acid when dissolved in water. Example, you can write down SO2, SO3, NO2, P2O5, CO2, etc. Clear? Next, you can write down when non-metallic oxide, write down this point, when non-metallic oxide is reacted with base, when non-metallic oxide is reacted with base, it forms salt and water, which is known as neutralization reaction. When non-metallic oxide reacts with base, forms salt and water, which is neutralization reaction. Now see here. So this non-metallic oxide is reacting with base and forming what? Salt plus water. So who can react with base to form salt and water? Acid. So this is compulsory and acid. So guarantee it is proved that non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature. Write down. So non-metallic oxide react with base to form salt and water, which proves that non-metallic oxide is acidic in nature. We will see the example. CO2 plus NaOH. So it forms what? Na2 CO3 plus H2O. See, this is salt and water. So we can say these are acidic oxide. Write down this example. CO2 plus H2 NaOH gives Na2CO3 and H2O. Clear this part? Clear? Okay. So next we will go to the basic oxide. Opposite points of acidic oxide will give you the basic oxide. It's very easy. Clear? So write down this. Basic oxide. Clear? See, if I react metal with oxygen, it forms metallic oxide. It forms what? Metallic oxide. When this metallic oxide dissolve in water, generate base. Clear? So we say these are base. So why metallic oxides are basic in nature? Because when metallic oxides are dissolved in water, they form a base. Clear? We can see, I will take one example. Suppose I am taking Na plus oxygen. So when I take Na is a metal, okay, everyone knows this. So Na is a metal and I reacted with oxygen, it will form an oxide known as an Na2O. When this metallic oxide Na2O dissolved in water forms a base known as NaOH. So this NaOH is formed due to what? Due to dissolving of this sodium oxide. And which kind of this sodium oxide is an oxide? Metallic oxide. So we say that metallic oxide are basic in nature. Write down. Write down first. Chalo. Written this or you can take a screenshot. Write down. Oxides which produce base by reaction with water. Oxides which produce base by reaction with water are called as basic oxides. Generally, write down. Generally, metallic oxide are basic in nature. Generally, metallic oxides are basic in nature. Write down this example. Na2O, K2O, LiO, MgO, these all are basic in nature. You can write down this example also. Write down this example or write down this part. One more thing I have to tell. Clear? Now see here. I can write down one more example like calcium oxide dissolved in water. It forms what? It forms CaOH twice. Clear this part? Now this CaO is a metallic oxide. Yes or no? So this is a metallic oxide when dissolved in water forming what? This is a base. Yes or no? So it proves that metallic oxide are basic in nature. Are you understanding or not? See, suppose if I take calcium oxide plus HCl. Yes or no? So answer I get CaCl2 plus H2O. Clear? Now see, whenever I react acid and base will generate what? Metallic salt plus water, which is known as a what? Neutralization reaction. Just now only I told you. Now see, this is an acid. The acid will react with what to generate metallic salt and water? See, what do you mean by neutralization reaction? Base, acid plus base gives salt plus water. So this is an acid and this acid is reacting with this substance and generating salt and water. So acid with whom can generate salt and water? With base. So means this is a metallic oxide and this is an basic in nature. So here it is proves that it is an basic in nature. Are you understanding or not? Clear? Clear this part? Another example we can take. If I take CaO and if I take Na2O. Now see, Na2O and CO. Clear? See, this is a metallic oxide. Yes or no? This is metallic oxide. Means what? Basic in nature. This is non-metallic oxide. Means what? Acidic in nature. So this reaction will occur what? Acid plus base only. Means what? Forms what? Salt and water. Instead of salt, it forms what? Na2CO3. Means this reaction will occur. Clear this part? So this is the reaction with metallic oxide and non-metallic oxide. Means non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature. Metallic oxide are basic in nature. Means acid and base can react with each other. That's why a reaction occur. Instead, Instead, if I take here Na2O and if I take here Li2, if I take here CaO, see this is a metallic oxide, this is a basic in nature. Similarly, this is also a metallic oxide, this is also basic in nature. What will happen? No reaction. Clear? Similarly, for non-metallic oxide also no reaction. Clear this part? Okay. Write down next. Clear this portion. This very easy portion, man. Clear? Write down next. Done now? You taken screenshot? Write down next. Next is very important. And these two oxide you should remember. Okay, this you can easily generate. You can easily generate the example of an acidic oxide, because you know non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature. So CO2, SO2, SO3, P2O5, yes or no? Basic oxide are metallic oxide, yes or no? So Na2O, LiO, ZnO, CuO, MgO. But these two oxides you should remember the example. Okay, and I will give you how to remember one shortcut also. Because in most of the exams, and especially in competition exam, the examples are asked from these two portion. Clear? So you write down next amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide. Write down bit story about it. Write down. Write down bit story. Certain oxides possess both acidic and basic nature. That is, certain oxide possess both acidic and basic nature, and they react with both acid as well as base, and they react with both acid as well as react with base. Such type of an oxides are known as amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide, remember ZnO, Al2O3, PbO, SN2O3, these are enough, but that's it. These are the example. Please remember this, in short, mug it up. Okay, so these all are the amphoteric oxides. Clear? They can react with acid as well as they can react with base. Clear? So your first example I will take with acid. For example, I will take Al2O3. If it is reacted with HCl, it will form AlCl3 plus H2O. Clear? Clear this part? Next, it can also react with base and form sodium aluminate. So Al2O3 plus NaOH forms NaAlOH thrice plus H2O. Now see here, this is Al2O3. It is reacting with acid and also giving the result. This is also Al2O3 reacting with base and also giving the result. Means Al2O3 can give the result with HCl also, means Al2O3 can react with HCl also, and similarly Al2O3 can react with NaOH base also. Means Al2O3 is giving the reaction with both acid and base, hence Al2O3 is an amphoteric in a nature. Please write down this. Write down this example, AlCl3 plus H2O. Clear? Yes, that's it. Clear? So what I mean by amphoteric oxide? Amphoteric oxide are the oxide which will react with acid as well as will react with base. Means it will give result with both. You remember this example. Clear? Next, neutral oxide. Last topic. Neutral oxide. So you can write down neutral oxide. Neutral oxide are one which will not react with acid as well as with base. Clear this part? So neutral oxide are which kind of oxide? Which will not react with acid or which will react with base. So remember examples, you to remember. Shortcut, CoNO, N2O. So Co means CO, CoNO, NO and N2O. These are the best example of neutral oxide. These are the best example of neutral oxide. Clear? So what do we mean by neutral oxide? Neutral oxides are one which will not react with acid as well as will not react with base. So this type of an oxide are known as a neutral oxides. What do you mean by amphoteric oxide? Amphoteric oxide are the oxide which will react with acid as well as react with base. Example, Al2O3, ZnO, PbO and SN2O3. Please remember, please mug it up. Clear? Because from these two questions can come. Which of the following are amphoteric oxide? Which of the following are the neutral oxide? Neutral oxide shortcut is very easy. CoNO, N2O. CO, carbon monoxide. No, nitric oxide. N2O, nitrous oxide. So CoNO, N2O. These are the example of. And one more example is there, water also. It is also a neutral oxide. Sorry. This can be also an example, water, H2O, it is also a neutral oxide. This also you can remember. Clear? So understood the definition. What do you mean by acidic oxide? Acidic oxide are the oxide which will dissolve in water to generate acid. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, and the examples you know. Basic oxide. Basic oxide are the oxide means metal plus oxygen give metallic oxide. When metallic oxide dissolve in water generates base, means metallic oxide are basic in nature, and examples you know. Amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide are the oxide which will react with acid as well as will react with base, means it can act as a both acidic oxide and basic oxide. Okay. The example are L2O3, ZNO, PbO and SN2O3. Clear this part? Next. Sorry. Neutral oxides. Neutral oxides are the oxide which will not react with either with base nor with acid, means they are neutral, they cannot react with base or acid. So this kind of an oxides are neutral oxide. Example is CoNO2O. Remember this mnemonics or this shortcut, CoNO2O. Co means carbon monoxide, No means nitric oxide, CONO2O. So CoNO2O. Clear this part? Carbon monoxide, nitric oxide and nitrous oxide and water are the example of neutral oxide. So you can study this. We will go to the next class with the next topic, that is with the ozone. So next class is also very important. Thank you.